Hey, what's going on, guys? I really have no idea where I'm at right now. I just dropped my car off to get tinted, which I'll show you guys very soon. But Rich Homie Corey is gonna come pick me up. We're gonna go get some food. But while I'm waiting, I figured I would start this video off. And rather than making this video just about the purchase of my car, because some of you, most of you probably don't care, let's make this about investments. I know I got a lot of requests to do a video like this, so let's talk a little bit about how I approach large investments. Now, I will say this has shifted over the years. I've gotten a little bit smarter, I like to think. Just 3 years ago, I think it was, I bought my first house and I did not use really any of these strategies, and I would say that was not a very good investment for me. But if you guys want me to do another video on that, I definitely can. So I'm gonna list 5 things right here that I'm gonna talk about because I can type much better than I can think. So I'm gonna get into the first one, and the first category I wanna talk about is time. Time is probably one of the most important things that you can have on your side when you're looking at any type of investment. Because if you do not have time, if you have to rush into something, the issue is going to be you're not gonna have any buying power because you're gonna have to make a rash decision, and also you're not really gonna be able to analyze every possible options. So when I started this whole car search, it was October, and I still remember this morning very vividly. I was laying on the ground in my office, in my feelings, because my back hurt so bad I couldn't work out, I couldn't do anything. So I decided to take a walk around the neighborhood, and when I did, one of my neighbors had a new Nissan Altima, and I texted my buddy Josh, and I was like, man, these Nissans have come a long way over the years, and he agreed. But then he sent me a link to a Lexus RC. He's like, you should go look at these cars, I think that you would like them. And when I saw it, I was like, this is a great looking car, I should buy this. And honestly, the whole car buying process initiated out of boredom. I am that extreme. I will go buy a car because I'm bored, and again, I was probably just in my feelings. But the next day I went to the Lexus dealership, I drove the Lexus, and I did not like it at all. But that really got my gears kind of turning when it came to a new car purchase, and that's really where it all started. So it has been months and months and months in the works of buying this new car. Rich Homie Corey!
What up, man?
The people have missed you, man.
Your Uber has arrived. What's up, Rich Homies? Happy to be back.
Number 2 is get help, especially if whatever you're investing in is not your area of expertise. I'm an accountant and I have a financial advisor. I would say I'm more qualified than a lot of different people to make my own investments, but still, I feel like I need help in that area, so I have an advisor. When it comes to cars, I know absolutely nothing, but I'm very lucky in that 2 of my best friends know everything about cars, Josh and Corey, which really made this whole thing happen. They kind of had to hold my hand along the way, but we went and looked at everything. We discussed all these different options, leasing, buying, different brands, pros and cons of all this different stuff, and they were able to open my eyes to a lot of different possibilities, and that way I was able to look at things I didn't even know existed. So I would definitely recommend you put your ego aside and you ask somebody for help.
We see who the real MVP is.
Right there.
Yeah.
Put it down. You rookies over there.
Number 3 is confidence. You have to believe in whatever it is that you're investing in. You can't let other people's opinions prevent you from investing in it. And on the other side, you can't invest in something that other people think you should if you don't believe in it. Let's go back to the house analogy. Everyone says a house is a great investment. Was it a great investment for me? I don't think so. Again, a topic for another video, but a lot of people would look at my car and they would say, why would you buy that? That car is ugly. It's a Honda. You could have done better. You should have done better, or you should have bought used. You should have bought this. It doesn't matter. This, in my opinion, was the right investment for me. It's what I wanted. Now, I think it would be funny to see people's reaction to all the cars that I passed up on, the ones that they think are cooler, the ones they think are nicer. And if they only knew that, actually what we're gonna do is we're gonna play some of the cars that I could have bought for less money, just because I love it when some of you guys get triggered out there. So what is this, the Lexus IS 250?
Yep, 250 Sport. And then here.
You really do, except I still don't know about the small screens, man. Audi A5, I would say, definitely, in my opinion, the best looking car. I do like the car. I'm not a real Rich Homie, guys. Seems like a very cool car. Your outfit even matches it. I can just feel some of you guys getting mad out there. Oh my gosh, you picked a Honda Ridgeline over an Audi? Yeah, I did, and I did pay more for it than I would have had to for the used Audi, but I chose what I wanted. If I chose what you guys wanted, I would have ended up in a completely different car that I didn't like as much. So be confident in your own thoughts, your own opinions, and just get what you want if it is in fact your money that you're making the investment with. Let's talk about the consequences. This is the one I'm most excited about. Let's talk about the freaking money, man. First off, if you don't think you can afford it, you can't. The second, let's talk about financing versus buying it outright. And I've always been the type, like, I don't want a payment on anything. I just want to go buy it. And personally, outside of a house maybe, I would not buy anything ever if I couldn't just pay it in cash right there, or at least, twice over. I just wouldn't feel comfortable. But my financial advisor brings me back to reality sometimes. He says, Travis, we're crushing it in the stock market right now. You're making 10, 15, 17% on your investments. Why are we gonna take that cash out so you can pay on a car when interest rates on my car were like, 2.5%? They're basically nothing. They're essentially lending me money for free. So that's where you kind of have to weigh the pros and cons. If interest rates were 6% and I had my money sitting in a checking account making nothing, then I would have just bought the car outright. It would not have made sense. Do I hate having a car payment? Yes, I do. If I wanted to pay it off, could I? Sure, but making the wise financial investment for me is going to be paying it off over the longest amount of time they would give me. I think it ended up being like 6 years. So yes, I will be hit with some interest charges, but I'm making more interest on my money that's invested currently. So it ends up being a win for myself. But what I mean by consequences is before you invest in something, think about what you're giving up. Think about the opportunity cost. Personally, if in order to buy a car, I would have had to have stopped traveling or stopped buying this, or if it would have really affected my life in any way, I probably wouldn't have done it because my car wasn't dead. It could have kept going probably another 10, 20,000 miles. But the fact is I could have bought the car and nothing's really going to change. So it doesn't have any negative consequences outside of less money in my bank account, but in terms of my happiness and my overall enjoyment and my ability to go experience life, it's not really gonna make much of a difference, but you kind of have to think about that in the long term. So number 5 is pretty simple. It's purpose. Why are you making the investment to begin with? Do you want to impress your friends? Is it something that they're all buying and you want to fit in? Do you want to buy something so you can post a cool picture to Instagram? Clearly that is not the reason I bought my car. If that was the case, I would have bought like a BMW or something that would have got 1 million likes, But I don't think those are very good reasons, but that's just my opinion. This is individual. So whatever reason that you're buying it, I think you just need to take a look at it, analyze it, and see if that aligns with your goals. I would say the car for me was kind of 2 different things. One, my car was getting older. I was putting a little bit of money into it, which didn't make sense. Like, it was only worth a few $1,000s. So if I was to put $400 or $500 in it, you're talking about a quarter of the car. And the other thing is, I just kind of wanted a new car. It's just something that I had my eye on. Felt like I had the funds to do it, and so I bought the car. It's really that simple. It's not like a Roth IRA where it's going to provide me any benefit in my future. I would say overall, cars are not the best financial investments, but it's just something that I kind of wanted to do. So that was my purpose. Now, we've talked a lot. I've kind of kept you guys on the edge. I know you're all dying to see it. So we'll just jump straight into my new car.
So I'll take this thing as far as it can go. Then we can roll. If you got the keys, we're good. A place we can go. Yeah, we could last for the summer, girl. We can last for the summer, baby.
So here she is, the Honda Ridgeline RTLT. I just got the first wash, even though it's about to rain, as you guys can tell, just for this video. I couldn't have her all nasty looking for the first preview of it. So as you can see, I did get the windows. I didn't go 5 this time. I only went 20, which still just does not seem dark enough, but we will make do. Now, I just wanted to walk you through very briefly the things that I liked about this truck and why I decided to go with it. First thing is the size of this truck. To me, it was just the perfect fit. The Colorado and the Canyon were just too small, kind of felt claustrophobic inside the cab, and the Silverado and the Sierra just felt too big. Those things were humongous, these V8 trucks. I didn't need all that room. I mean, it's just me most of the time, right? I don't need really much room at all, but this just felt comfortable for what I was going to use it for. One thing I really liked about this truck is the dash. When I drove like the Lexus and some of the higher end cars, even the Audis, it just felt dated up here. Here, I went with the technology package. It was an upgrade. It cost a little bit more money, but just the look of it looks really cool. It has the Apple CarPlay, which I've really been enjoying. So everything you really need is right up there. It'll read your text messages to you if you're really that impatient, which hopefully you're not worried about that while you're driving, but it just has a really sleek look. As you can see, we have the black interior. I think it looks really nice with the black dash. I really like the all black look. And then this is one of my favorite parts of the car. I don't know why, it's so random, but having this big console right here, just because I'm always in my car. In fact, I can throw all my crap right there when I need it. Slides back, has storage, whatever you want to put in there. Back seat definitely has plenty of room, which obviously I don't spend too much time back here, or do I?
Back seat, windows up.
But what's cool about this is you can lift this handle up. I keep my gym bag right there, so I just kind of use that for storage. Just ordered a bed cover, so that'll be coming in soon. But what's really cool about this truck, and this is proprietary to the Honda Ridgeline, is it has this little trunk in the bed, which is really awesome. It wasn't a selling point for me, but it's just one of those nice to haves. So we have the push locks. We also have keyless entry, which I think is super cool. I know this is pretty standard nowadays, but rappers used to talk about it, so at least it used to be cool. You can control everything with the steering wheel if you want, if you don't want to use the touch screen. This part of the dash looks really nice. If you turn on your right turn signal, you can actually see what's in your blind spot on the screen. I kind of think that's overkill. I don't know that it's necessary. It's probably just a bunch of marketing, but it's pretty neat. So yeah, that's the truck. I know it's nothing crazy. There's no feature in here that like blew your mind, or nothing that's one of a kind. Well, except for the bed. That is pretty cool. But yeah, I bought it new, 2017. Not ideally though. I would have liked to buy either a lightly used car or an older model that is new, so a 2016 new, but this body style just changed in 2017, so there really weren't that many options unless I wanted to buy a used 2017, which as you can imagine are pretty hard to find considering they just came out about 4 months ago. So here's what I got. I went with black because to me black cars are the best looking. I know that it sucks to keep them clean, and I've already been fighting with this thing, and I've only had it a week, but I think it'll be worth it. I just have to get some more car washes. But when this thing is clean, and if I get some black wheels on this thing, it won't be that bad. And there it is. There's the car. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, do not tell me. It'll hurt my feelings. I'll cry myself to sleep every night. Actually, leave your comments down below. If you didn't know, the comments are there to tell me how wrong and stupid I am. And if you ain't know, now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Something like that, right? That is going to be the end of the video. Like I talked about in the video where I bought the truck, which I will link that down below if you guys want to check that out. It was a pretty cool video. I wanted this to be more about the investment process as opposed to just me buying a new car. Yes, it's important to me, but to you guys, you know, I'm getting a new car, who cares? And so hopefully some of these tips helped you guys out. Some of the insights were kind of representative of the things that you're facing as well. And if so, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch. You could be doing anything in the entire world, and you chose to spend a few minutes with me. That is pretty awesome. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it. That really does help me out a lot. Feel free to click on the videos to the side of my head. Again, I'm going to link all of the videos that had anything to do with the car buying process down below. Watch them from start to finish. Should help a lot of you guys out. I look forward to talking to you guys next time.